everybody. I'm your host, Jerry Gietka, top of the morning show, and we're going to be talking today to a young couple with a dream. The dream of starting a new theater company in Baltimore, a little bit different because they want to do musicals. Don't miss it. We'll be right back. Back, everybody. I'm Jerry Gietka, your host for the Top of the Morning Show, and I'm here today with David Jennings and Jamie Ecker, and they want to start a new theater company in the Baltimore area. David, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, we're called Epic Productions Incorporated. We're a new theater company, nonprofit, and we're setting up for Baltimore area. Our mission is to produce invigorating and progressive musical theater for Baltimore, both classics and contemporary musicals.
Invigorating, what does that mean?
Exciting.
Okay, so David, you're the face of this organization. I think Jamie should be the face, actually. She's a whole lot better looking than you are.
100%. 100%.
So Jamie, you do all the work? Is that the way he's got it planned?
Pretty much.
Okay.
No, I'm the secretary on the board, but we both have been working in the theater for over 20 years, 10 years. I've been here in Maryland for 10 years professionally. So just experience, we're bringing experience, our own experiences. And
where in Baltimore have you worked? Where would people have seen you?
Oh, I have worked at Signature Theater, at the Kennedy Center, mostly in Maryland, Virginia area.
And the DC side?
Yes. Yeah,
and you also did Wild Party up here in Baltimore.
I did with Gietka.
On stage?
On stage.
On stage.
That's the name of a show for those.
Yes, the Wild Party, yep.
And you're listening.
All right, now I have to ask, why musicals?
Oh, it's what I've always done. It's what I've always loved to do. Ever since high school, back in I graduated.
So your baby shoes have taps on them?
Absolutely, they do have taps on them. Actually, no, it's what we've always done. It's what we know very well, and it's what we want to bring to Baltimore. I've been doing it since high school. I graduated in '99. And ever since then, it's just been musical after musical, and it's taken me great places too. I worked with the greatest boss I've ever had, Mickey Mouse, down in Disney Cruise Line. It's taken me across the country with the productions of Oklahoma and Copacabana. It's just, musicals are what we do.
And now you're back home.
Yes, we are.
And
always coming back.
I assume you met Jamie through one of these productions?
I did. I met her through Aida in Baltimore at the Best Western.
Now, do you agree with that, just to be sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not always the case.
Is that what we meant? You've been doing a lot of musicals. When you compare it to what show were we doing when we met, or
And now you are a couple.
Yes, we are. Yes, engaged to be married next year.
Yeah. Next year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Why Baltimore?
Baltimore.
For musicals, that is.
Well, it's where we live. It's what we do, and there are some fantastic theaters in this area. No argument about that. But at the same time, Baltimore does feel maybe a little underserved. There's more opportunity. There's more growth on the way. And we feel that Baltimore would appreciate what we do.
Well, we're certainly well served at the high end with the Hippodrome.
That's
and
true.
some of the equity stages, but
That's true.
really the Hippodrome and the Lyric are the only places where the musicals are done.
Mm-hmm.
And they're certainly very expensive, I would say.
That's true, and actually that's part of our plan is to make musical theater
Let's
more
talk about
accessible.
that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to make it more accessible to folks all over Baltimore. There's 834,000 people in Baltimore County alone.
And another 500 in Baltimore City.
Exactly. So that's a ton of people. That's a lot of people.
500,000, not 500 people.
Right. Yeah, 500 people. But we want to make this musical theater accessible to everyone, and it'll show in our pricing and our locations, and we just want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to enjoy all the fun that we've been enjoying for so many years.
He's the emotional, enthusiastic part of this. Are you the business owner?
I am the business side. And of course, we want to bring education to Baltimore County as well, you know, Baltimore in general.
County and city.
County and city,
And
yes.
Anne Arundel County, because we have audience in Anne Arundel.
Very correct, yeah.
Come on over.
We want to implement a lot of children's programs during the summer, for summer camps, and just teach them how acting works, how musical theater works, how to express yourself, you know, with
There's a lot
different kinds of
benefit to be
theater.
had, yeah.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Della festa, dietro i bambini cinta la testa, loro veloci vedo ogni conduto, piccoli e piccoli abbia saluto. L'Africa vive che quello, e ogni ogni macello, allegre maschere, pazzi canzoni, tu che capitano porta i suoni. La festa, e ora i campi vicino alla testa,
Back, everybody. I'm your host, Jerry Gietka, top of the morning show. And I'm here with David Jennings and Jamie Ecker, a young couple who want to start a theater company. Where's your idea for space at this point in time?
Well, we've been doing a lot of looking around. There's a lot of space up on the top of 695. There's in Baltimore County. There's a place for theater there. All right, so we've been actually looking all over the place. We did have a plan to look across the top of 695. There's a lot of theater goers there, and it's a nice space for a theater. In the beginning, however, we're basically looking for spaces where we can put up a production and get a following started. We're looking at a potential opportunity in February of next year. We're in negotiations for actually the show and the space, so I can't really give you any more information about that. But we have also secured rights for production of Damn Yankees in the next year. We're looking, we have a place that we've discussed a possibility of working with. Again, we don't have the definite on that either, so I can't say anything until we have a contract in hand. But that's two places.
I'm sorry, Damn Yankees wouldn't work, because if you're young Joe and I'm old Joe, you're way too tall. But
Well, that's the magic of theater.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
That's the magic of theater. Can you run?
No.
Oh, okay, then the transformation's not going to work either.
Now, you talked Baltimore County. Have you considered Anne Arundel County, the lower portion of 695?
You know,
There might be somebody out there in our audience who knows of a space that could contact you, and we'll put your contact information on the screen so it runs, so they'll be able to find you.
Call us.
There's an Anne Arundel County that's just aching to partner with somebody who
That's true.
wants to get into musicals.
And we are absolutely open to looking at spaces in Anne Arundel County. Call me.
Call you. All right, now we've talked about the place, we've talked about what your ideas are to this point in time.
Yeah.
How are you going to do all this? How are you going to pay for this?
Well, we actually have a GoFundMe going on right now. We've actually raised a little over $2,000. So we're on a good start to go. It's a
2,000 out of 5 million? Or
Yes.
5 million would be fantastic. We'll give you the whole facility. It'll be
Yeah,
fantastic.
the little engine that could though. You know, we're starting off at a good pace right now. It's at GoFundMe.com/Epic Productions, and then we also have our website where you could contact. You could contact us. You can see what's going on. We can get a newsletter out to you, and that's at epicproductionsinc.org.
That's us.
Yeah.
epicproductionsinc.org. Now, you're talking about, you've told us where the website is, and how much are you hoping to raise for your initial project?
Our initial is $50,000. That would allow us to put on a couple shows, to pay our actors, and to get the word out about Epic Productions.
You'd be happy to get paid as well, but I do know and would guess that both of you have performed in a community theater for no pay, I'm sure.
I have done that before. That was...
Why do you think this will sell more in the Baltimore area than the current model, which is no pay?
Because I think people like to be able to pay their bills.
To the actors, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the actors have expenses. They have their own websites, they have headshots and resumes, they have lots of expenses, and...
Okay, and let's talk about quality of productions. In the Baltimore area, there's quite a good level of quality amongst the actors, but again, there aren't that many musicals being done in this area.
That's true.
You would have to provide a higher quality of production than what they currently see if you hope to raise enough money to be able to pay the actors as well. Have you thought about that? The competition?
There is some really great competition out there.
So how can people get involved? I'm sure you're looking for more than just the actors. I mean, there's the tech side, there's the fundraising side, there's the people taking tickets.
That is true. We actually have a lot of ways you can get a hold of us. You can come through to us through our website. We also have a Facebook. It's facebook.com/Epic Productions Baltimore. We're very accessible, and everyone is welcome to approach us about getting involved. It's something we're very passionate about, and we'd love to have like-minded people.
All right. Jamie, Epic Productions. Why not David and Jamie's Dream or something? Why Epic Productions? Where'd that come from?
We both like that word.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
I'm nuts about downtown Baltimore's West Side. Hello, I'm John Waters, and I'm proud to say that Baltimore has always been my home. It's the inspiration behind all my films, including Hairspray, Crybaby, Serial Mom, and A Dirty Shame. Let me tell you, there are not a more eccentric, monumental, eclectic, intriguing, and character-filled 28 blocks anywhere in the world, and I'm here to prove it to you. This is where Babe Ruth was born. They tell me he's the best baseball player ever. Not that I'd know. I'm more into theater. Like nearby Arena Players, the nation's longest continuously running African-American community theater. I'm also a big fan of century-old Antique Row, where New York dealers come to buy and later mark up their purchases sky high for their Manhattan buyers. On that same block sits the U.B. Blake National Jazz Institute, housing memorabilia from Baltimore jazz greats like Billie Holiday and, of course, UB himself. The West Side is also where the Maryland Historical Society calls home, with its many Baltimore artifacts, including the original manuscript of the Star-Spangled Banner and Nipper, the RCA dog. Oh, and the National Dentistry Museum, the only one of its kind in the U.S., is where George Washington's dentures live. And no, they were never wooden. And right in the middle of it all, as if just to add mystery and intrigue, sits the gravesite of Edgar Allan Poe, my kind of guy. Sometimes I go there to meditate. Now, the thing that defines Baltimore for many people around the world is right here also. Our sports franchises, the Orioles and the Ravens, two birds that nest in the West. The Walters Art Museum is also known internationally, featuring an interactive experience exploring 55 centuries of art. A man named Gustav Krug worked at an ironworks foundry on Saratoga Street on the west side way back in 1810, and it's still a working ironworks foundry today. 6th-generation Krugs still work here. In Baltimore, we find a good place, we like to stick with it. Now contrast that with one of the world's most advanced operating room facilities just a couple blocks away at the University of Maryland Medical System. Get ill, get fixed, have an operation in high style. Know of a place where the Beatles, Al Roker, Mother Teresa, and P.T. Barnum all hung out? I'll tell you, the west side of downtown Baltimore. Al Roker? He's done live shows at the world-famous Lexington Market, where you can shuck oysters and see some of the most amazing hairdos in town. The Beatles, Pavarotti, U2, you name them. They have played what used to be called the Civic Center, but is now called the First Mariner Arena. Aren't we grand? Mother Teresa, the Pope, and many presidents have all visited the Basilica of the Assumption, the first Roman Catholic cathedral in the United States. Photo ops, I assume. And as for P.T. Barnum, he, along with the likes of Cab Calloway, Chick Webb, Milton Berle, and a young, debuting Frank Sinatra, all performed at the world-famous Hippodrome Theater, one of the true cornerstones of the West Side. I saw Cleopatra there, and even shot parts of Cecil B. Demented outside before they fixed it up. The real story today, however, is how all that energy is coming back to the West Side. Bigger, smarter, more fragrant, and more exciting than ever before. Major traveling Broadway shows like Phantom of the Opera and Disney's The Lion King, as well as events such as Russell Simmons' Deaf Poetry Jam and local community events now perform in Baltimore for the first time thanks to the Hippodrome Theater at the Franz Marek Performing Arts Center. The world-renowned University of Maryland has broken ground on a state-of-the-art biopark that puts the West Side on the global map as a major biotechnology hub. The Stewart's Building, once a thriving department store, is the very definition of an environmental-friendly green building. And don't let the facade fool you. This office and retail space is wired with the most high-tech, broadband infrastructure technology imaginable. And a luxury apartment building known as the Atrium at Market Center even has a direct connection to the university's main network. There are so many ongoing projects like Market Center West residential units, University of Maryland housing, plus an important redevelopment of an area called the Superblock, where local small business owners have been invited to partner with public and private entities to upgrade their properties. Everyone is playing a role in the renaissance of the West Side. Many major players have come to bat in this more than $1 billion revitalization of downtown's West Side, like Bank of America, who believes so much in this endeavor that it bought an entire city block to renovate and erect a mixed-use development called Center Point, offering nearly 400 residential units and 35,000 square feet of retail space. It's the total commitment of Governor Robert Ehrlich, Mayor Martin O'Malley, and all the legislators, along with the Baltimore Development Corporation and the 40-plus members of West Side Renaissance, led by Peter Angelos, that are ensuring the success of what the New York Times calls the largest revitalization plan of its kind in the country. And it's all happening in this one neighborhood called downtown Baltimore's West Side. Infectious, fashionable, full of vim and Baltimore vigor, I walk the West Side streets these days in amazement at what it's become. I'm nuts about downtown Baltimore's West Side. You will be, too.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Jerry Gietka, top of the morning show. And I'm here with David Jennings and Jamie Eckert. All right, you've talked about putting on musicals. You've talked in general about them. You said you might have the rights to one. But if you had the money, the place, the talent, the musicians, what's your ideal musical for?
There's so many to choose from. I mean, we want to put seasons and seasons and seasons of them together. But we actually had come up with a list of shows that we'd like to do in the first season or two. I'm very passionate about Damn Yankees because I think it's going to be just a spectacular production. But we also consider Hairspray and Pippin and Jekyll and Hyde and Bat Boy the musical, White Christmas. There's just so many great musicals out there.
Now, the last time I talked to you, you were talking about a smaller scale musical.
Yes, we
Which is
do want to
called?
do. We want to do some smaller scale musicals, but however, I don't have the rights, so I'm not sure if I can say it yet.
Well, but people are familiar with the show.
Okay.
I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change.
There it is. I didn't say it, so I guess we're okay.
There's not many people. Not many people relate to a musical comedy. of sorts.
We're working on doing that in February around Valentine's Day. It's the perfect time to do that show. It's about love and relationships and the calamity, and it's going to be
Is
fun.
that one you've already done?
No, we have not.
we haven't
Let's talk a
mentioned
little
it.
bit about some that you have done. The last time I saw you on stage, and you still haven't shaved, you were doing Pirates of Penzance. So.
Yeah, I kind of fell in love with the goatee, so I'm keeping it for now.
I love to keep it,
Yeah, I was the Pirate King in Pirates of Penzance. You might have also seen me as Sir Lancelot in Spamalot at Toby's. just one of the best experiences I've had there in a while. It's so much fun.
How about you, Jamie? What are your past roles, some of your favorites?
Well, I actually just got done a couple weeks ago doing Elmer Gantry at Signature Theater. I've also done a lot at Signature Theater, Xanadu, Hairspray, Chess, which was one of my favorites.
Xanadu. Do they actually roller skate on stage?
We actually did roller skate on stage, and it was a thrust stage, so
Right.
we were
So you're
actually
afraid to
right
roll
next
off
to
the
it.
end? Right.
Oh, we were. It might have happened once or twice, but we were right next to you roller skating, and yeah.
Is that something you had to know ahead of time, or did they teach you? Did you practice?
We actually had skate camp, and they would put rails on the floor so that we wouldn't accidentally fall off the stage. And we had skate camp every single morning before rehearsal, and we did go to a roller skate rink once or twice.
Now, did they put pillows or balloons off the stage in case you did
We
fall
had
off?
mattresses for Tech Week.
I
On
wondered
Tech
about
Week, we
that.
had mattresses.
And,
Yeah.
and once production started, they took away the mattresses, and all you had was audience?
Yeah, I was a little fearful.
Hey, that's still padding. That's still padding.
We're having a lot of fun talking about some of these types of things. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. We've been sitting here for the last few minutes, having a good time talking to David Jennings and Jamie Ecker about epicproductionsinc.org. Did I get that right?
That's us.
That's unusual. I don't usually get things right the first time. Anyway, this is our last few minutes, so is there something we haven't talked about that you'd like the studio audience and the audience out there in the netherworld to know? Netherworld. It's a new musical I'm working on, so.
I would just like to say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to show you what we have in store and our exciting plans for the future. We definitely appreciate any support that you're able to provide through our website, epicproductionsinc.org, or through gofundme.com/epicproductions. We are so excited. We can't wait to share all of our art and our projects with you. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
Do you let him talk this way all the time?
All the time.
All the time.
And sometimes
And more on a personal note, I think that, we've been in theater for a very long time, and it's been our dream to kind of give back, give back to children, give back to our peers, and we're really excited to come to Baltimore.
All right, so everybody out there, be on the lookout for epicproductions.inc, David Jennings and Jamie Ecker, soon to be the Entrepreneurs of the Year in the Baltimore Magazine.
We'll take it.
Maybe, we'll see. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. That was pretty good. We'll talk a little bit about it as if we were...